Hi everybody, this is Jack at Kathy's Crystals in Boulder, Colorado. We are making this video of our home-based showroom, or the showroom in our home-based shop. I don't know why we haven't done this in the past, really should have. But we'll be putting this up on the website and on Google. So we sell a lot on our website, but we also have a significant home-based business where people come into our shop and buy stones. So I want to show you this. This is quartz from the Himalayan mountains. There's a lot of quartz from the Himalayan mountains on this table. We never had this before until this winter. We got it this winter in Tucson. There's one mine that produces this pink material. There's another mine that produces this green material. I just love this piece. And then there's another mine which produces basically this clear quartz material, which is really sparkly. So this is Himalayan quartz, this is Himalayan quartz, this is Himalayan quartz, this guy here is Himalayan quartz. All this stuff in the front, other than the kyanite, is Himalayan quartz. And I really love this piece back here with the spire coming out of it. This is just beautiful. Again, that's from the Himalayan mountains. This is a beautiful piece too. Look how bizarre this one is. So we have some other quartz on the table. It's from Arkansas. This piece, this piece, this piece. And we're going to pick up this piece. Look how pretty this piece is. This is Arkansas quartz from the Twin Creek mine. And the back of all these four pieces is what they call glassy. It's perfectly clean and very, very sparkly. So it's all display quality. So we have some other stuff on the table. We have some of the nicest, I think we can show one of these. The nicest fluorite points I've seen. They're really, really beautiful. Look at the colors in this one. Look at this. Just unbelievable. We'll grab the other one too. You have to get that out of you so you're not staring at the light. Look at the colors in this one. These are perfectly clean fluorite points, huge fluorite points. Just gorgeous. And then we have this piece in the box here, which has this window in it. It's a beautifully polished piece, which has this window that has beautiful sparkling rainbow colors in it. So we have that stuff on this table. We have a beautiful piece of ruby zoisite with white quartz vein running through the middle of it. Never seen that before. We have a couple of beautiful jewelry boxes. This is, I'll open it up so you can see what it's like. This is eudialyte on the top of this box. If I move it around, you can see it's just beautiful. There's some fire going on over here. Eudialyte's a highly sought after mineral from Russia. And this is Siberian Amazonite. If I move this around just right, we'll get some, see the shimmer in it? Siberian Amazonite, if it's good quality, will always have this kind of shimmer. It's just gorgeous stuff. So we're going to move on. This is chrysocolla, malachite, another piece of ruby zoisite, more kyanite from Brazil. Now on this table, I have a whole lot of quartz with some other material. A lot of this quartz came from an estate sale I acquired a little over a year ago. So there's all sorts of stuff here. This is all celestial quartz in the back left corner. These are just various. This is a big piece here. You can see how tall that is. This isn't from that sale. These are actually bookends, beautiful rose quartz bookends. A bunch of points. Tucson was full of this year. Look at this amethyst crystal. What's unusual about this one is the root is fully intact. They had a lot of these in Tucson, and they were selling some of them as bouquets. There were several pieces hooked together. I mean, naturally hooked together, and they were really expensive, so we didn't get any. Smoky quartz. Here is pink cobaltian calcite from the Congo. If there's green material in it, that's malachite. If there's black material in it, that's heterogenite. This is an interesting piece because it's more orange than pink, which is a little unusual. This back here is a beautiful piece of natural yellow hematoid quartz from Madagascar. I love this. I love this stand-up display piece. I've had that for a couple of years. We have a couple beautiful amethyst pieces. This one's on a stand. This one stands up beautifully on its own. This back here is a piece of black tourmaline and quartz from Sonora, Mexico, and I picked up over 100 pounds of this from a miner who pulls into my driveway with his pickup truck and lets me have first crack at some stuff he's got. These are some Ethiopian opal necklaces we're selling off at a really significantly low price, because I decided that because Kathy makes such beautiful jewelry, I don't really want to have any other jewelry down here that wasn't made by her. So that's pretty much that table. I mean, it's hard to go into everything. There's a couple beautiful Herkimer diamond pieces back here. This is one giant Herkimer diamond piece, and this is 5 Herkimer diamond crystals clustered together. So now we're going to look at some spheres. We have a whole lot of spheres here in the house. Just a collection of different varieties of spheres, baskets and shells. I like the ones down here. I love stuff with ruby, and this is ruby and fuchsite from India, and this is ruby and granite, also from India. And I've been told this mine is depleted, so I don't know if we'll ever be getting this material again. And any of this ruby, anything with ruby in it, the ruby will blow up a beautiful bright red color under long wave fluorescent light. This is what's called online, it's called K2 jasper, but it has nothing to do with jasper. This is its official name is ketonite. We call it K2 stone. The blue spots are azurite, and you notice you can see through the blue spots into the underlying granite matrix. That's because the azurite are basically stains in the stone. They're not inclusions in the stone. And if you're lucky, and we do have some, I didn't dig one out, azurite and malachite often form together. They're cousins. And we have a bunch of these stones that have green spots in them rather than blue spots. I had to order them. It took 9 months to get them, a special order from Pakistan. Here we have some incredible geodes. These are Druzy quartz geodes from San Luis Potosi, Mexico. They're from the same miner from whom I got the black tourmaline material. And these geodes, under shortwave ultraviolet light, glow an incredible green color because they have a very low level of uranium salts in them. Look how beautiful the formations are in there. Again, that's sort of a botryoidal formation, which means grape-like. And they're just all full of Druzy quartz crystals. And we have everything from this size to much larger sizes. So we're going to go up and look at some shelves here. We do sell some goldstone, even though it's man-made, because people love it. So we have some in the house, not a lot. It's the only man-made material that we have. We have a bunch of apophyllite. These are some stones we're really proud of. This is amazonite from Madagascar. It's a jewelry grade made into palm stones. See the beautiful shimmer in the stone? It's just gorgeous. So any high quality amazonite will have that shimmer. And we have flat pieces of this as well. And what's really nice with these is when you get the shimmer, you get it all at once, which is really kind of cool. I'll see if I can catch it here. Maybe I can catch it on the other side too. Anyway, there. These have the same kind of shimmer. There you can see it. You just got to get tilted just right at the light. It's all shimmer on that side right there. Both sides have shimmer. In the back there we have it's called a flame out of landscape / polychrome jasper. More of that black tourmaline, more apophyllite, little celestite here in the front. We'll go up to the next shelf. In the next shelf we have on the far left in the front a display piece of bumblebee jasper. We have a whole flat of those. There's some labradorite in the back, which doesn't have a lot of light on it. The purple stuff there is natural chevron amethyst. It's more apophyllite in the front, a beautiful piece, a large piece of lapis with some more apophyllite in the front of it. This is my favorite petrified wood. It's Arizona wood, which I think has the most beautiful colors, reds, purples, oranges, and yellows. In the back there, we have that gray and white stone. It's a piece of Coumarina agate. It's from Australia, and that deposit was discovered about 2 years now, a year and a half or 2 years. And that's just a crazy looking piece. These pieces here are incredibly popular among the metaphysical community. This is Auralite 23. It's actually emerald Auralite 23. It's been assayed to have as many as 23 different minerals in it. It's kind of like Super 7 on steroids. This is a form of malachite with which many people are not familiar. This is called fibrous malachite, and the quality you want in fibrous malachite is beautiful shimmer, and that's what this material has. It kind of looks like velvet. So it's really fortunate to find these in Tucson this winter. Haven't been able to find any high quality fibrous malachite in quite a while. So we're going to go up to the next shelf. This is more fibrous malachite, a big piece. Some display pieces of amethyst, more apophyllite in the back, and then we get to our real special malachite. So, I mean, look at this piece. Look how beautiful this piece is. So, these are malachite eggs. All of this malachite here is probably the nicest selection of display malachite that anyone can find for hundreds of miles around here. We used to get it from the woman who had the highest quality material. She was from Los Angeles, and I haven't seen her in like 7 or 8 years. I think it's because of what's been going on in the Congo. That's a beautiful piece of spirit quartz back there, also called cactus quartz, getting really hard to get. Most of it's gray. It's coming out now. This is a real special piece of fibrous plus druzy crystals of malachite with cuprite on it, and we'll see some more cuprite later. Up on the top shelf here, we have more of the geodes from San Luis Potosi, Mexico. You see some larger celestite geodes in the back. In the center there is a piece of lepidolite with white calcite growing with it. Again, another large celestite crystal in the back. The green material is natural peridot from Arizona. Up top we have a piece of red jasper with some blue material streaking through it. I have no idea what that is. A piece of serpentine and a beautiful piece of lavender rose quartz. So we're going to slowly come back down over this way to our next set of shelves. And here we have some material we'll be talking about later. This is a green and white zebra jasper, which is very rare. That's from India. More of the same geodes. You see a nice piece of lapis in the back. There's this beautiful piece of quartz with different parts, different displays of iron going on inside of it. This is more of the lepidolite. This is beautiful. This is astrophyllite. This is rough astrophyllite from Russia. The astrophyllite is the copper-colored material. You see how shiny it is. We have a whole flat of this material. This stuff is beautiful. This is one of the nicest pieces of amethyst that we have. Look at this. Look how dark this is. This is from Uruguay. This is one of our most impressive pieces here. It's hard to get them this quality. That's a heavy piece. So we're back up. There's some stilbite with apophyllite back there and more stilbite. And this is really special. We have a whole flat of this. This is pink tourmaline growing in aquamarine. Really unusual. Got from our favorite Brazilian dealer. That green stone in the back is more apophyllite. We're going to come down here to one of my favorite things. This is all stilbite. Other than this piece, this is all stilbite with apophyllite crystals growing in it. So the peach material is stilbite. The green material is apophyllite crystals. This piece here is white apophyllite. Get it down here where you can see it better. It's a white apophyllite growing on scolecite, which is a beautifully shimmery mineral. And we picked up 36 incredible scolecite palm stones in Tucson this winter, all with amazing shimmer. Over here we have some of our malachite animals. They're getting really hard to get. They're so expensive. These are, again, called flames. They're carved this way. These are landscape jasper, also called polychrome jasper. Over here we have some pyrite, a few pieces of old stock ocean jasper with druzy crystals on the top of it, and some painted calcite. We just got a bunch of this recently. This stuff's really beautiful. It's from Mexico. So just so you can see how we do some of our work, these bins with the white lids have all of our tumbled stones. We have about 140 varieties of tumbled stones. And these bins with the blue or the purple lids also have about 140 varieties, but those are our palm stones. We have some beautiful labradorite here on the floor, different sizes. I want to show you something special here. This is peach moonstone. A lot of people aren't familiar with peach moonstone. Peach moonstone has beautiful silver shimmer on both sides. This is one of Kathy's favorite stones. So these are hearts, and there's palm stones in this bin, and they all have the same kind of shimmer. This is some beautiful new pink calcite we picked up, relatively new on the market. It's from Pakistan rather than Peru. It's more translucent than the Peruvian material, and under long-wave ultraviolet light, this explodes into the brightest orange color I've ever seen in a stone. We have basket of rainbow moonstone, basket of ruby fuchsite stones over here, palm stones and tumbled stones. Going up here, we have some fluorite slabs that are really pretty, some blue kyanite from Brazil, peacock ore, which is pretty commonplace, some natural fluorite from Colorado. Up here we have some crazy stuff. This is called angel quartz. I don't know why. What it is tube agate from Mexico covered with druzy white and blue quartz crystals, and under a bright light shined right at it, these things sparkle like crazy. Absolutely beautiful sparkle. These are the nicest pyrite spheres I've ever seen. because of the polish. It's exceptional, and they sparkle like crazy. Normally wouldn't buy a whole flat of these, but couldn't resist given that they were so nice. I mean, they really are special pieces. It's called Fool's Gold for a reason. There's a piece of that black tourmaline and quartz back there. The redstone back there is Narina jasper from Australia. People love that. The green is nephrite jade freeforms. Amethyst from Uruguay. Amethyst from Brazil. The Uruguayan amethyst is darker colored generally than the amethyst from Brazil. There is a piece of labradorite that's just incredible with oranges and yellows and greens, full flash. This blue mineral is from India. It's called Cavansite, and I just love it. That's a really people who come over here just love this stuff. Cavansite, C-A-V-A-N-S-I-T-E. Okay, so we're going to come over here to some more of our labradorite. We kind of specialize in labradorite. It's the first stone we started selling 12 years ago. This piece in the back here, this blue one, if I could bring it out with one hand, I would. I can't, it's too heavy. All blue, solid flash. These are ruby and granite eggs, septarian eggs. Okay, this material here, you'll see in lots of rock shops, sold as citrine. We'll get into this more later. Any citrine in quotes you see that is this color is heat-treated amethyst. Now, it's still a beautiful stone. The question is, what do you call it? The consensus among serious people is that you call it citrine, but tell people that it's sort of man-made citrine. It's not citrine. It doesn't look anything like natural citrine does. Some beautiful rose quartz there in the back. Up here we have one of the nicest pieces of malachite I've ever seen. It's a huge plate. I'll put my hand back there so you can get an idea of the size. It's just beautiful, full of eyes and lines, and the sides are full of banding. It's just beautiful. These are Dugway geodes, which can't be obtained anymore because unfortunately the people who owned the mine, didn't pay their annual $100 maintenance fee to the Bureau of Land Management in on time. And as a result of that, the BLM took the land back several years ago. It's disgraceful. This woman, the head of the family, a woman whose husband died several years ago, is just devastated. I'm looking for one particular piece that's up here somewhere. I don't see it right off. I want to show it to you. This is a beautiful piece of spirit quartz, also called cactus quartz. It's getting hard to find this in the nice color anymore. It's always coming out more and more like a grayish color. Some still white in the back, more of these geodes, another beautiful Dugway geode from Utah. I can't believe that they can't get this stuff anymore. We're going to move over here. This is a sparkling green quartz from Tanzania. It's been trademarked, called Tanzarite. It comes in two colors, this color and a raspberry color. I call it emerald quartz and raspberry quartz. This is from several flats of what's called pink amethyst, which is a relatively new find and my #1 thing to find in Tucson last winter. This one's lavender compared to the other ones, and I just put it out here because it's so crazy looking. More of this painted calcite from Mexico. Kyanite. This is green mica from Brazil. Beautiful. More great, really nice piece of lapis back there. That year the vein was really blue. I forgot to show you one piece up here, so I'm going to go over to it. This is black tourmaline covered with gold mica. It's just gorgeous. So now we're going to come down to the next shelf. We have a whole lot of this dome polished ruby and fuchsite. It's polished on the top, rough on the bottom. More of the black tourmaline in the back. Now to some of my very favorite stuff. This is called Holly Blue Agate, and this piece weighs a bunch. This is druzy blue quartz crystals in this cave, and these stones come from Malawi, Africa, and they're just stunning. I'm going to put this piece back, pick up this piece, which is purple, a little more purple in it, which is unusual. I mean, just look at this. Imagine this stuff somehow got from Malawi, Africa into our basement. This is an unusual piece because of the white crystals. So we have 3 or 4 flats of this stuff. It's just incredible. Okay, so now we have a lot of this. I showed you that one piece of malachite that had cuprite on it. This stuff is all this cuprite material, which is just crazy looking. It's sparkling, purplish gray material. And it grows in, let's see if I can get a good piece here. It grows in copper, malachite, and chrysocolla. And I'd never seen cuprite in this form before. I always saw it as a reddish colored material in chrysocolla. That stone in the back there, if I pull this forward a little, That is a piece of that K2 stone, and you can see it has both the blue spots, the azurite, and the green spots, the malachite. It's a really nice rough piece. This is a special piece of labradorite. It's actually spectrolite, which is a higher form of labradorite. It's got a ton of purple, and then with the blue, and purple is the gold standard of labradorite. We're going to come down to the next shelf. Bunch of spheres, incredibly large piece of bloodstone, which is so pretty it moves into the fancy jasper category. This material here is called vanadinite. Comes from the Atlas Mountains of Morocco. Not Vanna White, vanadinite. This is halite. This is actually salt, which would dissolve in water. It comes from Death Valley. Down on this shelf, we have the majority of the black tourmaline in quartz that I picked up from the miner I spoke about. Just gorgeous. If you look at these closely, they are just beautiful. The sprays of black tourmaline on them are just incredible. This material is rough lapis, and as you can see, particularly in this piece, lapis often has pyrite in it, and so we have lots of these pieces have pyrite in them. This is some green spodumene over here on the left side. So we're going to move over here to our hearts. This whole shelf is covered with hearts. This is Red Creek Jasper hearts, and this piece I find just amazing. It looks like a checkerboard. I've never seen a stone that looks like that before. So we got those a couple years ago. The hearts in the back are selenite. These are yellow calcite, which we've never had before until recently, and they all have beautiful shimmer. The only yellow calcite hearts we've ever seen. This is all old stock ocean jasper hearts. This is rhodonite hearts. These are rhodonite hearts. Beautiful. This is where we have our labradorite hearts. They all have beautiful flash. I mean, I'll just move one around here. You can see how pretty the flash is in it. A couple selenite pieces over there. This material is called Indian blanket calcite or white lace calcite. It is sold by only one dealer that we know of. It comes from Utah, and we try to get to them first when they open. If we don't, then all this stuff is gone. In the back here, we have septarian hearts. These are from Utah. Septarian comes from both Utah and Madagascar, and the two varieties look somewhat different from one another. These are all from Utah. You can see the crystal structure in these is pretty tight. The brown material is brown aragonite, and the gray material is limestone. We have some spheres down here. This is a hematite quartz sphere from Madagascar with red and yellow hematite iron in it. There's a crazy amazonite sphere with this beautiful spot on the front of it. Just nuts. And this, believe it or not, is petrified wood. It's a beautiful petrified wood egg from Madagascar. Okay, let's go up. These are the majority of our amethyst display pieces. You can see how pretty they are, all really dark purple. This one's amazing. Look at the quality and sparkle on this one. Just bizarre. I mean, it's just beautiful. We have some flats over here with more vanadinite, some more really dark amethyst. And over there are some nodules of half nodules of angelite. Never seen that before. I always thought it was just we didn't know it grew in that formation. Angelite, excuse me, not angelite. So up here, this box over here is apophyllite. It looks a lot like quartz to some people, but it's not quartz. It's all from India and often has other minerals growing in it, particularly stilbite. More of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful holly blue agate from Malawi, Africa. Some more Dugway geodes. These are the brown aragonite star crystal clusters, which I call everlasting gobstoppers. If you saw the original Willy Wonka movie, I never saw the second one, you know regarding what I speak. These are our amethyst hearts. They're really gorgeous, and I want to show you one here that's particularly unusual. There you go. You can use your own imagination to try to figure out what's going on here. Kathy said we had to have that one. We have several of these slabs. Those are septarian slabs from Utah. You can use them as trivets. That's a piece of a splash copper heart in the back. I bought 3 of those for Valentine's Day. Gave one to my wife. My daughter's boyfriend gave one to her, and we have one left. Celestite hearts, yellow hematite quartz hearts. If you hold these up in front of a light, let's try one. You get beautiful layers of yellow iron in these clear quartz, in these otherwise clear quartz hearts. Couldn't keep track of where that one came from. So yeah, these are about as nice as it gets. Let's look at this one. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so those are yellow hematoid quartz hearts. This is landscape jasper. This is green opal. It's actually opal. This is red hematoid quartz. So it's basically the same thing as the yellow. It's just a different color. And again, they're gorgeous. These are amazonite hearts with the same kind of shimmer as I showed you in the palm stones. Blue calcite, rose quartz. These stones, there's 3 of these stones back here, which is really unusual. This is opalite from Utah. I've never seen anybody else who has this. We got this from our favorite dealer. He had 3 of them. This one, and this one. They're crazy. In the back there's a big piece of black and white zebra jasper. Excuse me, I knocked the phone. My bad. And we'll get into more about the zebra jasper later. Up here on this shelf, we have some of our more expensive spheres. A lot of them are the amethyst and agate spheres. This one is, as a name, everybody calls this guy Pac-Man, with good reason. And there's other beautiful spheres up here as well. These are all amethyst spheres that have rainbow sparkles in them. This is black moonstone. This is beautiful. This is pink tourmaline in quartz. It's a beautiful sphere. It really is. More ruby and zoisite, more. This one's interesting because it has amethyst all the way around it. I get him up on this little pad here. You can see if I rotate it, it's just all amethyst. So hopefully he'll go back to sleep there. I'll get him later. All right, now we go to what we call our high-end table, and it's not an end table, that's a high-end table. So we have amethyst points, all of which have rainbow sparkles in them. I handpicked them. These are all boulder opals back here. These are just gorgeous. Never had boulder opal before until this winter. You can see how pretty this stuff is. It has beautiful, you see the green flash there? That shows up in a couple places. That's just gorgeous. That's from Australia. This is the last example we have of beautiful tiger eye from our best buddy Mark, who sells us some of the most beautiful stuff, including the green and white zebra jasper. So let's look at the labradorite here for a minute. So if you look at this one here, this giant, so this is a big guy. There's my hand. It's all yellow, but if we move over to the left, you'll see there's purple up in the top left corner. Purple's the gold standard of labradorite. Purple labradorite is more valuable than any other color labradorite. If we move over to the next one, the kind of square-looking one, all sorts of crazy colors in there, including purple. It's one of my favorite pieces. We'll stick with the stones up on the top level here for a minute. Look at this piece. This is, I got this in Tucson. It's the only one I could find. It's a rose amethyst. It's got its own stand, and it's unbelievably sparkly. Hopefully, if I move the light around, you can see the sparkles in the video. I'm pointing a pretty bright flashlight at it. Over on this side, you can see there's a vein of what looks like green chloride crystals. Actually, it's just an amazing stone. Just an amazing stone. All right, so now we're over to the next piece of labradorite, which is full flash, and I refer to as the cathedral because that's the shape that it reminds me of. And it's just beautiful colors all over it. The next piece I got from one of my old buddy dealers named Patrick. How big this is. It's old stock ocean jasper, all orbs everywhere. The little holes on this face are filled with light green sparkling druzy crystals. I was amazed to find a piece like that because they just don't exist anymore. Have various things down here. We have a crazy piece of rutilated quartz. Let's see if you can see all the, let's try this light over here. This might work better. See all the crisscrossing lines in this stone? Those are all rutiles. I love rutilated quartz. This is rutilated quartz as well. Sorry. So this is a crazy piece. This is shadokite quartz. Got to pick that, grab that the minute I saw that in Tucson. We have some quartz dodecahedrons, 12 sides. Another piece of that black tourmaline just shimmering. The whole thing shimmers. This is pink tourmaline in quartz. This is other colors of tourmaline and feldspar quartz. This is another piece of the pink tourmaline quartz, but it's almost solid pink tourmaline. Just other kinds of quartz on the table, and another piece of the painted calcite, and another beautiful agate and amethyst sphere. Well, there's one more really interesting piece here. It's this. This is quartz, which is, when you get it under really bright light, all these spots are gold colored. And the only thing we can, I've had so many people look at this. The best guess is that it's pyrite. And it's just a crazy piece. It's just filled with these spots. It's just nuts. Okay, we're going to move over here to our next set of shelves. This is larger pieces of halite. Down here we have some pyrite suns, which are just beautiful. They're flat pieces of pyrite that sparkle like crazy. They're getting washed out a little bit here because of the bright light from the camera and the bulb. But that's some black tourmaline chunks back there. This is one of my favorite pieces of amethyst. These are called therapy stones in the trade. We have them in different varieties. The black and white ones are called, not called, they're fossilized clams, believe it or not. Freeform lapis pieces. Over here we have our wands, W-A-N-D-S. Ruby and fuchsite, handpicked, just gorgeous. Ruby and kyanite. This is that K2 stone again, ketonite. It's either got red, blue, or green spots in it. The blue's azurite, the green's malachite. Lapis, and then we have a few of these left. These are, this is called larvikite. This comes from near a town in Norway called Larvik, and it has beautiful silverish, bluish flash in them. We have palm stones on the website that are sold for as much as $100 a piece. It's so, the stuff is so gorgeous. This is just some random stuff over here. I want to show you one bag. This is green and white zebra jasper. We're going to talk a little more about this in a minute. This comes from our buddy Mark. He's the only guy who has this material, and Kathy makes beautiful pendants out of this. There's some Kamamba jasper there, rose quartz, blue calcite. I want to go back here and show you one particular stone because we have 5 of these. We didn't pick, and I never picked these up before. This is called dendritic stone. This is from Utah, and it's basically dendrites in a quartz-based material. And we have 5 of these with just different levels of different displays of dendrites. I love dendrites. Dendrites are just, they're one of my very favorite things in stones. There's 2 more on the floor, down there. So we're going to go over to this table here. We have more of the holly blue agate. We have more of the heat-treated amethyst, in quotes, citrine. We have beautiful azurite and malachite stones. Look at this. Look at the sparkle and the color in this azurite. This is one of the nicest pieces I've seen. It's just stunning. So like I said before, azurite and malachite are cousins. They form together. So now we're going to go up here. We'll start at the top. We have some big stones up on the top. We have some chrysocolla, salmon, feldspar, chrysoprase, white quartz, Canadian mica, ruby and zoisite, specular hematite, which has beautiful shimmer or sparkle. And in the back there, you can see a big piece of black and white zebra jasper. Up here, we have some quartz. We have a whole bunch of apophyllite, another piece of that black tourmaline. That's one of the nicest pieces of the whole bunch. A gorgeous piece of the spirit quartz / cactus quartz. This is beautiful celestite crystals in this box. Down here we have epidote in quartz, more beautiful spirit quartz from the mountains of South Africa. So here's more of the zebra jasper. Zebra jasper is normally black and white, like this stone here. A very small percentage of it is green and white, and this is what we get from our buddy Mark. He gives us first crack at it twice a year. This is all of some of the other pink tourmaline and in aquamarine. It's just amazing. I mean, to have two minerals that are so popular in the same stone. They're just gorgeous. Just really, really pretty. Look at the color of that aquamarine and all the pink tourmaline in it. That's green mica in the back there from Brazil. Okay, now down here. First thing I wanted to find in Tucson this past winter was this material. This is being called pink amethyst. You know, obviously it's not purple, so it's not amethyst, but that's what it's being called. It's from the Choique mine in Argentina, in Patagonia, Argentina. These stones are just amazing, and they're not inexpensive, unfortunately. So in this box, these are actually pairs. These fit together, these fit together, these fit together, etc. This pair here happens to have a white calcite crystal in the center of it. Okay, now I'm going to tilt this lamp down a little bit. I'm going to show you this rare material. This is rainbow pyrite from near the Volga River in Russia. Look at the sparkle in this. This is oxidized pyrite inside of a dried mud ball, which is called a concretion. It's the same kind of mud ball that septarian forms in. So there's one piece. Here's another piece. The guy I got this from and had this in his personal collection for 17 years, and he needed money, so he was selling this off in Tucson. Look at the beautiful sparkle in this material. There's only 2 short write-ups about this online. One's Wikipedia and one's somewhere else. This one has really vivid colors. Look at that. Look at the sparkle in that. It's unbelievable. So that's rainbow pyrite from near the Volga River. Okay, next we have, this is azurite from Morocco. I wasn't aware that Morocco came from azurite until I found, oh, this piece is, look at these, look at the sparkle in these pieces. I'm going to grab a couple more just so you can get an idea of the general sparkle nature of these guys. Look how sparkly they are. Just gorgeous. Kathy's actually made some beautiful pendants out of some of these. So we're going to put these back here. Now we're going to go to our last thing I want to talk about. I showed you the man-made citrine. Actually, the last 2 things I want to talk about. This is natural citrine. This is what natural citrine looks like. This is the color, and it doesn't form in crystals in the same shape as you normally see with the amethyst and the heat-treated amethyst. So we have a bunch of this that comes from Africa. It's really hard to get. I have to get to the dealer 1 week before his show opens in order to get this material. This is some of the nicest seraphinite, if you've ever heard of seraphinite, that I've ever seen. It has beautiful, this is from Russia. It has beautiful shimmer and chatoyance. It's actually called chatoyance. The white material moves around, it doesn't move around, but it sort of blinks on and off as you move the stone around in really high quality seraphinite. Generally, the darker the green, the better the appearance of the white material. So some people think this looks like angel's wings, the white material. So that's why it's named seraphinite. It's named after the highest order of angels. So we have a lot of almost AAA grade seraphinite. You can see it sort of gets lighter and darker. Okay, so we're going to take a quick pan around the room here. I want to thank you very much for watching. If you've seen anything in which you have interest, please don't hesitate to send me an email just by going to our website and looking for the Contact Us link. And you get a drop-down menu that says Kathy and Jack. Just hit Jack, send me an email, and I'd be happy to send you a photo gallery of whatever you're interested in looking at, several pieces. I do it all the time. I'm always creating photo galleries for our clients. Send you prices and sizes measured with an electronic digital calipers, very accurate. And this is what we do. We have a passion for this, and we never intended to sell to the public 12 years ago, and somehow it just happened. So thank you very much for watching. For those of you who have supported our efforts for over a decade, we really, really appreciate it. We can't tell you how much we appreciate it. Without you, we couldn't do what we do. So thank you again very much for watching, and we hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks very much.